you, Andrew, and Charlie again. Hello, Charlie, and hello,
Hey guys.
Andrew.
Oh,
Cool, great. All right. So, I can't get hold of the recording, so I'm just going to read out the preamble. Just so you all know, this meeting is being recorded. This is to help break stigma and to get the information out to as many people as possible, to all 43 subscribers of our wonderful YouTube channel.
brilliant.
So, yeah, but we really want to break stigma. If at any time you want the recorded deleted or removed for whatever reason, just let me know and it'll be deleted without question. Yep. What I do with the recording is I take the transcript from the recording and then generate content from that, which becomes additional learning material to professionalize lived experience. So the whole point of this training on a Thursday is to take people with lived experience to help professionalize them so that they can work and improve treatment outcomes in substance use disorder or general mental health. We've got people here that are coming from the substance abuse space, the neurodiversity space, and recovery from gambling harm space. And I could also come from the failed marriage space, but I guess I'll leave that for another group. But hey, fuck it if you want to bring it up. So feel free to be yourself, be authentic. Yeah. So Charlie, welcome. Just so everyone knows, I know Charlie. Charlie, I consider a friend and a colleague of mine down here in
Oh,
Wandsworth, and I've invited him along to the training. And yeah, so Charlie, come check it out, see if it's something that you'd like to pursue, partake in. The way the training works is there are 5 modules that happen over 20 weeks. The first module is the coaching conversation, how to have a coaching conversation. The
all right.
second module is the continuums, which basically means can you see how your client's doing? Are they getting better or are they getting worse? The third module is the system. So one person might have the problem, but it impacts the whole system. The fourth module is using coaching as a leadership tool. And the fifth module is creating the container. And the container is this adult learning environment. Can everyone hear me okay? A train just went past. Can you all hear me all right?
Nice
Yeah.
cancelling that out.
It's all good. Okay, great. All right. So the first thing we do, Charlie, is we create the container. Yep, and we do that by checking in, and we just check in with a name and a feeling. Yep, so I'm going to ask you to go last, Charlie, so you can get an idea from everyone here.
Yeah,
So,
cool.
Olivia, why don't you build the container? Why don't you start the check-in?
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm feeling really good today. Just been for a nice walk around the park. So feeling energized. And I tag Bailey.
Thanks, Livia. I'm checking in as happy to be here. I look forward to my Thursdays, as some of you guys sort of know. So, yeah, really looking forward to kind of being here today and seeing where the container takes us today. And I'll tag in Paresh.
Hi everyone. I'm feeling good. Excited to be here. I'm not attending Tuesdays anymore. I don't think. So really look forward to my Thursday sessions. But yeah, all is good.
Is that
Okay.
due to work commitments, Paresh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maxed out.
Okay.
absolutely maxed out. I tag Charlie.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, no, I'm good. Interested to see what it's about, but yeah, no, I'm good. Good day, beautiful weather. So yeah, thank you. I tag Marcus.
Thanks, Charlie. Morning, everyone. Yeah, I'm feeling busy. And yeah, busy, unsettled, grateful. There's lots going on, and I just need to untangle the strands. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the session today, and I'll tag Andrew.
Cheers, Marcus, and yeah, hi, Charlie. Yeah, feeling content. I would say I'm busy, but probably different to Marcus. I feel quite settled with it at the moment. Contrast to what Marcus just said. So yeah, all good, and yeah, looking forward to the session. Looking forward to the 3-day weekend as well coming up. So all good. And David.
Cool. I'm checking in. I'm very excited Charlie's here. And because of that, I got a bit of anxiety that I want to impress. So I'll just kind of put that to the side. Everyone's been here quite a while. Paresh, I think you're our newest participant. How many classes have you done now?
Check my log. Sorry.
Oh,
Well, I always do this when you ask me this question.
that's okay.
After today, 23.5 hours.
Jesus Christ, you are on fire.
No, it doesn't mean much, but yeah,
Okay.
it's more like
All right. So, was there any homework? Was there any accountability? Did anyone have anything from last week?
so I mean, my homework was to on Sunday do my online learning, and I haven't done it, and I haven't done it for quite a few weeks now, so it's a bit of a concern. So, yeah.
All right. So, what are you learning from that?
From not doing it, or the actual when I do it? Sorry.
From not doing it.
I need to allocate my time a bit better.
Okay, so that seems like a bit of a stick approach to it. Maybe maybe doing it on a Sunday morning is not the best time to do it. Maybe maybe you're conflicting with other.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to look at my diary and find a better plan, I think. Yeah.
Okay, what would a better plan be?
Yeah, I think Sunday mornings, actually. I was like Sunday afternoons, but by the time we get to afternoon, things turn chaotic. So probably Sunday mornings would actually be better. And I've joined a cricket club as well again. So I'm going to be playing cricket in the weekends too.
Oh, great.
And
Okay.
training on Wednesdays as well. So,
All right.
yeah.
What do you love about cricket?
Sorry?
What do you love about cricket?
Oh, it's just kind of one of my passions, really. I've been playing since I was like 4 years of age. I took a break for about 12 years, played in Australia, played in New Zealand, played here. Took a break, sorry, for about 12 years. Was too busy getting drunk and pretending I had responsibilities at home and all that sort of stuff. So I started playing again a couple of years ago. It didn't turn out very well, to be honest, because I couldn't make it to some games, because of obvious reasons. Once I was drinking at cricket on the field because I was shaking so much from the night before. I was a disaster with bad memories. Fuck. So, and then I kind of have picked it up again, and the cricket, not the drink. And yeah, it's going all right. It's going on. I love it. I love it. I love playing cricket, so love watching it, playing it. I do help out my kids' cricket. I also umpire, got umpiring qualification cut 2 years ago. So yeah, I'm all over it. I love it.
All right. Can I give you some homework?
Yeah.
I want you to get in touch with one of our cricketers that runs the cricket hubs in South Africa. They run a whole lot of cricket hubs in the townships
Okay.
to use cricket to basically bring diversity to the cricket field. And also, the cricket hubs in the afternoon really help where kids can come that they're not looked after school. They've got a place to go to. They need, and we did a whole lot of work with them to teach the cricket coaches recovery coaching so they could start to address some of the substance abuse problems that were happening at home and in the communities. So I think that would be much better homework for you because one, it ties into your passion of cricket and it gives you a good opportunity to practice your lived experience and combining the two.
Mm.
So if you're open to that, I'd love to,
100%.
yeah?
Yeah. Ping me
Okay,
the details and yeah, maybe we can have an offline chat about what I talked to them about in a bit
great,
more detail. Yeah.
great. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
cool.
All right, wonderful. All right, anyone else have any homework? All right. Okay. So where should we go today? I tell you what should we tell Charlie about the training? What was it like for you when you first joined here? What should Charlie get to know at the very beginning?
It's not your conventional method of learning if you've been conditioned like from school, college. This is different.
Sorry, Marcus, could you speak up a bit, please?
Yeah, so this isn't your conventional way of learning. It can seem a little bit all over the place because you're pulling together more than one strand. You're not just learning one subject. You're learning about emotional intelligence, um, the different types of intelligence, and addiction, and coaching, and holding a space. And you kind of got to take them and run with it. And but it gets clearer with every session that you do. And it started to make sense probably after about 4 sessions for me.
Mm.
So that's like 8 hours. Um, so that's my 2 pence worth.
No, thank you, Marcus. Yeah, oh, sweet.
I might add to that if that's okay.
Please do.
So I was very like, right, you do 30 hours of this, you do 20 hours of this, you do this, and it's very prescriptive and it's very regimented, but it's actually, as Marcus was saying, it's actually not. It's more of your journey as well, in terms of I was a bit confused with the first few sessions, but if you bear with it and kind of have an open mind, then yeah, it will, I suppose, flow.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
Looking
I
forward
was,
to it. No, thank you.
yeah, and also the whole concept for me, which I struggled with, is like, right, you have someone that needs help, you have like a therapist, and then you have medics, and then where does this actually fit in? Right, do I just talk to this person and tell them to do X, Y, and Z, and where does it actually fit in? And that's the bit that I struggled with for quite a while. So but it's great. I love the, you do it at your own pace. David's excellent, and yeah, there's a lot of knowledge and help in the room.
Brilliant. Wicked, thank you.
Bailey, Olivia, Andrew?
Yeah, I think Marcus and Paresh summed it up perfectly. It can feel a bit chaotic sometimes in terms of where we go, and sometimes it's very random in terms of the topics that we might go into or where the container's built, as David put it. But um, I think one thing I've always taken, there's always a learning from it, regardless of where the container's gone. It's about, and I suppose that's for me, that's the bit that I take from it the most. That when you're doing the work with whatever cohort you're working with, it's never going to be a set way. So actually being in this environment where it can curveballs can come in left, right, and centre, and it can be either very positive or sometimes it can be a bit negative, or it can be everything in between. I think it's good to kind of feel that, and it's good to experience that, so that when you're doing the work that you're doing, well, this is what I've found anyway, you don't get thrown off and you can remain sort of stabilized and sort of on the point and direct the client where you need to direct them. So it's awesome. I can't sort of speak highly enough of the training. Hence why I said I really look forward to my Thursdays.
Brilliant. Cheers, man. Amazing. Thank you.
No worries.
I think it was
Hey.
important what Paresh said about having an open mind to it, and for me, it was. I was used to NHS. I was working at NHS for years, and so much used to the training of slideshows, like every PowerPoint presentations throughout, and you've just got this structured format you're going through, and by 5 o'clock everyone's half asleep and not really listening. But it's interactive. It keeps you on your toes. You're learning so much without really realizing it half the time. You're just picking up so many bits that can really help. And I think Marcus made the point of as you go along, you suddenly realise this is working, this is clicking, and I'm getting it. But at the start, it can seem quite what's the word? Overwhelming potentially. But just be yourself, be authentic, and that's all. David asked, and you'll notice as you go along. If you feel that way, everyone will just put you at ease, and just crack on and be yourself, and you'll get so much out of it.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Olivia?
Yeah, I started quite new. I'm probably the oldest one here out of all of you lot. And when I first joined, it was very chaotic. It was very all over the place. But now actually it is more structured than it was when I first started. So it has kind of grown since I first came.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, Olivia.
I also find that like
Sorry, David.
today we're meeting 6 people where they're at, and if you can keep up with that, and each person's different learning styles, what I found is when I'm dealing with one person, I can hone in better. Like my skill comes through my conversations from like the fourth week. Conversations that I was having with other people, they were just more powerful. So yeah.
Wicked.
Cool. All right. So, Charlie, what would you like to get out of the training? I know what I would like you to get, but what would you like to get out of it?
I don't know. I don't know. You have to maybe ask me on like the third session,
Okay.
because I'm still trying to figure out what it's. Yeah, still trying to figure out what it's all about. So I'm still trying to. But knowledge, obviously, is the main reason. Knowledge, lots of knowledge.
All right. So let's find out about the organizations that you guys work at. Yep. Bally, do you want to tell us a bit about Epic? We'll go with Bally and Andrew, then we'll go Marcus, Olivia, and then Paresh.
Okay, so the organisation that we work for, Charlie, is called Epic Restart Foundation, and we have a number of different programs, but ultimately we support people who have suffered from gambling harm, both directly the person themselves as well as affected others. We've got one program where it's affected others as well, and then we do that through one-on-one coaching. We do group coaching as well, and then we hold in-person events sort of once every sort of 3 or 4 months as well. But everything centers around supporting the person through a period of time after they've already had. Normally, they've had some treatment already, so then they've had some treatment. Then they get referred to us. Then we continue that work with them and bring them into the community and support them. And just to kind of build back their lives. That's the program that me and Andrew work on, but we've got a few other programs as well.
All right. Brilliant. That sounds that's interesting.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, it's like Bally said, I work for Epic as well, and we're looking at meeting people where they're at. So they've hopefully got hold of their gambling, stopped gambling, and then looking to rebuild their life in some way after all the harm it caused previously. So the coaching is based around how can they move forward, what skills have they got, and seeing what they want to get out of it. It's never about us trying to tell them how they should do it. It's always about how they want to progress. Yeah, and exactly what Barry said, it's a remote working service, so it's all online, other than a few in-person events. So yeah, these groups really kind of help build people up in the right way and use it in a professional way through our lived experience. So yeah, it's really rewarding. I went for the program myself as well a few years ago. So yeah, it's a massive part of my recovery. So it feels great to work for them and give back.
Yeah, it's brilliant. That's amazing.
Marcus?
Yeah, very confused, but lots going on. So when I first started these classes, I had a massive idea of an organization I wanted to start. And I found myself at this point doing lots of research and lots of connecting with people. And I guess I'm a freelance consultant, recovery coach, organization coach. So basically, I work with the council and the NHS doing lived experience projects. So participating as a service user, but more recently joining the trainings and making connections. I should be joining an organization that had the same idea as me. So rather than reinvent the wheel, I'm going to jump on board with them. And we're going to try and bring lived experience, knowledge, training, innovation on how to redesign the systems where people fall through the cracks, basically. And yeah, and I can take the coaching into my other roles that I work in. So I do suicide prevention, peer support. So this coaching certificate helps me hold a safe space and ask the right questions. And yeah, people get a lot from it. So yeah, lots going on.
Brilliant. That's wicked. That's really cool.
But more
Yeah.
importantly, I was doing that lived experience stuff unpaid, and now I'm starting to get drips of payments for what I know and what I do.
That's a bonus, huh?
Yeah.
Olivia?
I volunteer at a drug and alcohol unit that helped me to get well. So I do 2 sessions every week with them, 2 groups. I've come onto this, I think, trying to start up an organization myself with somebody else. We're talking about it. It's just about getting funding and stuff like that. Yes, it's just on here learning and trying to get kind of little bits and pieces of other people.
Thanks, Olivia. Wicked.
Paresh?
So I don't have any, I don't work in any kind of recovery or addiction organization. I have a full-time job and a different kind of profession altogether. So I'm just obviously in recovery myself, and my goal is to learn more about recovery coaching and maybe create something in the future to help other people.
Brilliant.
So that is my end goal, but if that doesn't work out, I would have learned a lot for myself anyway. So that's kind of why I'm here. But yeah, I don't have any other role in this industry, if that makes sense.
So cool.
All right. So what's the feeling in the container?
Good.
Good.
Feeling good, energetic, picking up.
Really energetic, good.
It's
Fuck, I'm
picking up.
bored. I'm thinking, what the
Gonna
fuck's
say
going on here?
it
Jesus.
sounds very professional, doesn't it? When
Hey,
we're all
sounds
on, we're
professional.
all, yeah, we're all kind of being on a good behavior.
Being on our good behavior, right? Okay.
Well, that
So,
was a good exercise for you, David, though, right? By asking that question, you got a sense check on how everyone thinks about the course and how everything is going.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I've got two things going on for me. One, my own lived experience. Yep. And then the other thing, oh, I don't know, we lost Charlie. But the other thing is my own kind of recovery and mental well-being. Yeah. And I think that I'd like to talk about supervision today. Yep. How we look after ourselves because it can become so enmeshed. Yeah. That I've certainly lost myself. Yeah. So I went to a place in Wandsworth called Cedars. Yeah. And oh, here's Charlie's back.
Sorry, guys, my Wi-Fi is.
No, relax, Charlie. It's cool. I was just are you still there, Charlie? So I don't know if you can hear us, Charlie, but you're frozen. But I thought what we'd do is we talk about supervision today and keeping ourselves safe. And if I was just going to give a bit of my backstory, if that's all right with you, Charlie,
Yeah.
because I went to Wandsworth a couple of years ago to try and sell recovery coaching training. And I went to CDAR's Community Drug and Alcohol Services. And Wandsworth is where I live. And when I went there, I suddenly realized, shit, I need some time out for me. I need to take some time out for myself. And I said to them, listen, I don't want to try and sell you training. I want to become a participant. And I had to put my hands up for my own burnout and my own fatigue and my own mental health. So I was able to function and do the job. At least I like to think I was able to. But behind it, there was a mask where I was incredibly basically suicidal. Yep. And I'd started drinking and things had I was really unwell and I needed to put my hand up and just say, fuck, I can't do this anymore. And I became someone who made use of the services. Yeah. And that's where I met Charlie. Yep. So Charlie is someone who's further down the road on me. Yep. And in terms of recovery and being a participant there. And I just want to put that out there in this container because I don't want to try and manage it in a way. And I hope you're all right with that, Charlie.
Yeah, of
But
course, mate. Yeah.
but on our journey together, the commissioners came along and said, "Oh, lived experience is really important. You guys as service users must go set up a Lero. Yep. Here's some money to do this." And then we went off and we set up a Lero, and it was a fuck up. It was a complete and utter fuck up. So at the end of it, I just said, "Well, fuck you all. I'm going to go do my own thing anyway." And I'm here now doing this. But it's a real learning of how the system wants people with lived experience to come and be professionals, but the system doesn't want to change the way it does things. people with lived experience are fucking arrogant and full of shit because they think because they've smoked crack and stopped smoking crack that they know how to run companies now, and they're not aware of that. Mea culpa, by the way. That means I'm guilty of that. Yep. And actually, what needs to happen is people need to come together and we need to navigate this new way of doing it. So I just want to kind of fucking put myself out there and just kind of go, listen, guys, I fucking struggle with this stuff myself. Yeah. And I really appreciate your support here in this. But when we say we're building this together, we really are fucking building this together. Because there's no doubt that lived experience improves treatment outcomes. Yep. And there's no doubt that treatment is way too expensive and ineffective. Yeah. We can agree with that. And we can also agree that the war on drugs did not work. If anything, it caused more damage than anything. And we're the ones that have to try and mop up this mess. And it's not only us as individuals that have been impacted by this, but our families and loved ones and communities have been impacted by it all as well. So this really gives a good systemic lens to the training, like we're working in a system, but how are we going to keep ourselves safe in it? Because I come across services where somebody with lived experience is sitting in a service, a charity, and they've got a caseload of 40 people. I mean, how the fuck you can work with 40 people by just making one phone call a week? It's yeah. All right, so container open.
When I went to Bexley Council the other day,
Yes,
I
how did
spoke
that go?
it went really, really well. Like they haven't got any money for funding, which I knew was going to be the answer anyways. But she's putting me on loads of training courses that Bexley Council and Council are offering. And she did say if the trouble with Leros is that people coming straight from the street are kind of they're still using and they're still kind of be critical and they might need doctors and nurses and that's what Lero doesn't have. She said so like with Pear Road, it's got psychiatrists, it's got doctors, it's got nurses, and it's got recovery workers. So she said if I was to get the ketamine group in Pear Road and I got them well, then she would kind of might consider getting a Lero ketamine group outside, but the client would have to be well. So it came from the clients with lived experience, so they can hold their kind of space. Because she doesn't want the kids going in there, um, still using, still needing kind of help with kind of doctors and nurses, and then the drug dealers are outside getting it all kind of waiting for them to come out to kind of give them the shit. So she said she hasn't kind of said a definite no, but it's she's aware of Lero, she's very aware of it, and yeah, so she's going to put me on courses. Um, so yeah, she sent me a couple of things about the plan for Bexley, the 10-year plan for Bexley, and how they're going to go through with the drug things. And then she's going to kind of get me to go to places with the police and with like doctors and nurses and sit around a table with younger people so they can tell us what they want from like what they'd like and what's kind of happening in outside. So she's allowing me to do all that. So it has kind of I think it was a good meeting.
How do you feel about that, Olivia?
Yeah, I feel a bit proud actually. It was really quite strange me walking in there because I've done a lot of training in there with my childminding business, for doing like safeguarding and all that stuff. And I walked in, I was like, oh, this reminds me of childminding. And then she said, oh, why did you stop that? And I was like, alcoholism. So I was just like, I had to be just upfront and say it. But she's really positive, and she's like sent me loads of emails. Yeah, so it's a positive outcome, I think. Yeah.
Would you like my opinion?
Yes.
I'm so fucking proud of you. I think that's fucking excellent. Well done, love.
Oh, thank you.
Well done. Good for you. That really is putting yourself out there. You see,
Yeah.
they don't realize how important you are yet.
Mm.
They don't, and that's their problem.
Yeah.
That's not your problem. You've shown up, you said, Here I am. They don't realize that, like, they don't understand the value yet. And, like,
Yeah.
yeah, there might
I
be
think I
drug
got a
dealers
glimpse from her.
waiting
Yeah.
outside and
But
all
I
that.
think I got it. I think she was getting it. Like she could see that that is needed. And then she started talking about that Dame thingamajiggy, I can't pronounce her
Dame
name.
Carol Black
Yeah,
report.
she said she like lived like she went through that, and Lero's included in that about the live experience. And she sent me out all the stuff about it as well. So like it shows that lived experiences that happened, like they wanted to happen. Like she's been talking about it. So that was interesting as well.
Now,
If I didn't put
these
myself forward, I wouldn't have known any of these things.
excellent. So
Mm.
people know they want it to happen, but
Yeah.
they don't know how to happen. So now there's pressure. We've got to make this happen. Yeah, but how
Mm.
do we do it? Like, just
Yeah.
make it happen. Just get it done. And excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to offer you is all your material. If you could start to put this together as part of your portfolio of evidence, this can become part of your master's certification, that this is what you're putting together. So
Okay.
Paul Bexley working with the council, aligning with their strategy, did you say their 10-year plan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
called combat.
Combat, war on
Combat. Yeah.
drugs. Let's
Yeah. War on
fucking beat
drugs.
the dealers
Yeah,
up.
that's what
Fucking
it's called.
okay.
Yeah, so yeah. And the dual diagnosis as well about addiction and mental health. She really said a lot about that. She said I should do
Brilliant.
a
Good
course.
for
Yeah,
you, Olivia.
yeah.
Well
So
done. What do,
yeah,
what does the rest of the container think about that?
I think it's amazing. You've stuck with your guns. It's not like you said, it's not what you thought it was going to be in the beginning, but it's got massive potential to become like just hold that vision that you had in the beginning and hold that vision to it, and you will end up getting what you first thought about. It might change a little bit, but yeah, you went out and you did it.
yeah,
So that's honors your Marcus is honoring your tenacity there to just fucking keep going. Well done. Good. All right, what else?
I think also, regardless of the outcome, Olivia, you've kind of hopefully proven to yourself that you can do this, and you've put yourself out there and just learn from the experience. So typically with these things, when you next have this kind of opportunity, you would have learned something from this, and then
yeah,
you keep polishing yourself and your kind of pitch and how you're going to present it up until you get to a point where you won't be nervous, you won't have to kind of look at it, and you can just go in. And I think when you start going in with that level of kind of authority and confidence as well, and you're delivering the same message, but it's delivered in more of a enthusiastic and polished manner, you'll probably start to see that you start getting more results as well. So yeah, so well
yeah.
done. Keep going and just take it as a learning, regardless of the outcome. Just take some sort of learning from it.
Thanks, Bailey.
Excellent. So you make it up as you go along. You rock up, you show up, and you say, okay, what the fuck's happening around here? What
I did actually say, because you said ask them what's missing from Bexley, and I did say what's missing from Bexley.
good? And
Yeah. She just come back, but she said they've got a plan at the moment, so they're following that plan. So she didn't really give me any kind of stuff that's like that they're struggling with. She just kind of was saying like that it's under control.
Oh, yeah, we've got a plan. Okay, we got a plan. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's a bit like saying, yeah, we've gone to the architect, he's given us the building plans, but we got no material, we got no builders, we got no construction, we got no planning permission, we got none of this, da 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 da. Okay, cool. Good for you. Paresh, it's your turn to say nice things about Olivia.
I think it's great. It's fantastic. It's great progress. Yeah, and I think everyone else has said what I was going to say, but yeah, just keep going,
Yeah.
pushing.
Well, my name's there now, so they know
Yeah,
of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so about getting out there and just fucking banging on that door. Right, Andrew?
Yeah, it's amazing. Well done. The big thing is that they're quite happy a lot of the time to tell you what I want to hear and then fob you off. But the fact that they keep coming back to you and saying you want you involved in this, they're still in contact and they're trying to get you to collaborate with them in different areas is huge. And you being involved in it all, it's then going to show your worth and show the value of lived experience around it all. And you can show them what value you can add because you know you can add loads. But you're given
Yeah.
the opportunity to do that, and it's just keep doing what you're doing. Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, Olivia, what have you learned from the feedback?
Um,
Just breathe, Olivia. Why aren't you breathing? Why aren't you breathing?
I don't know.
Have some
No,
fun.
it's really nice that everybody's recognized that I pushed myself and done something that I didn't think I could do, which I've done. So yeah, positive feedback. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. So, if you were to give yourself some negative feedback, what would it be?
I wish I got the funding,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
But there
You
wasn't
know,
any funding to get, was there?
no, there's none available.
Okay, so there's some negative feedback, looking for funding where there's no money.
Yeah. But I think they're going to say that to everybody. I think that's just part of their thing, isn't it, really? Um, yeah. But hopefully, like she'll see when I start doing the training and I'm involved in everything, she might see some more potential and actually think otherwise and kind of open it up to do a pilot or something like that of a hub, maybe.
Okay, and what's this person's role in the organization?
She is the combat. Let me get sorry.
Chief Combat Officer.
Yeah, prevention and something like that. Mm,
I struggle with the word
She's
combat.
the public health program manager combating drugs and partnership. So she's a public health person.
Okay. All right. What does the word combat do to you guys?
Gets me ready to fight, like fight mode, like combat, like that's it. It's going to be like war or something. It's
Like
that.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's
Let's
it. Like,
fight. Oh!
I
But
think it comes out.
I did send an email to the commissioner of Bexley Council, and the commissioner sent my email on to this lady. So even the commissioner, like, is aware of my name now as well.
Okay, good.
I think it comes out of that school of thought of the war on drugs. It's very much the
Yeah,
same sort of thinking. Well, we're going to combat this, we're going to win this. And I think more recently, I think they're even looking at changing that partnership name. I'm not too sure. I'm sure I had something, the combating drugs partnership. I think that might change.
Oh, do you know this organization as well, Marcus?
It's more of an initiative. It was a national initiative to combat drugs and build partnerships with the police. And I think it's sort of where county lines, the whole operation against county lines and things like that, exploitation, it all comes into
Educate
that.
me about that.
So it probably comes from somebody like Dame Carol Black, done a report, and then the government's response was to build this partnership initiative to bring in communities and statutory organisations in the same room to get on the same page to work on strategies locally and regionally on how to combat drugs effectively without costing the system too much money. It's been going for a long time. I suppose there has been improvements, but yeah, I guess the county lines where drugs are. Of course, I don't understand that too much, but I have been a part of an operation where they go out to combat that on the front line.
So I went with my mum to Curry's, yeah, to go look at a new laptop. And when I was leaving Curry's in Clacton, yeah, there's one of these roadside inn type restaurants. You can stay a couple of nights, like a roadhouse place. And my mum goes, "Oh, that's a county lines drop-off place." And I said, "What are you talking about, Mum?" She says, "Yeah, no, that's where the drug dealers come and they meet and they drop off drugs. They get kids to drop them off, and then that's part of the county lines thing." I thought, what the fuck is she talking about? It's like, it's some roadhouse. It's on some border of some kind where people come and drop and deliver, and there's this whole language and whole rhetoric and conversation that people have about
Where is
Mum,
this?
mum's in the know.
mums in the know. This is
Well,
in
might be
Clacton.
a bit more than in the know,
This
but
is in Clacton. This is fucking, yeah. This
Clapton.
is
Maybe they've
Nigel Farage's land.
Oh, right. Okay.
maybe
Ah,
they've gone from using children to little old ladies.
Yeah.
ah.
Maybe she's running the show.
Check her garage.
It's fucking, yeah. Like the language that goes around these things, and, you know. And meanwhile, everyone's driving there pissed off their face. Like, anyway. Yeah, so I've never understood the county lines and the war. Like, there's a whole language that the police force come up with. And then there's a whole language that the NHS come up with, like service users and harm reduction and Leros and like, this culture, yeah. And then of course you get the people that are using the substances. They've got their lingo and their language around it all.
Your culture here definitely doesn't help with addiction, does it? In this country.
What do you mean?
So, like just small things like, drinking and public, for example. It's legal here. When I first came, like in Australia and New Zealand, you can't drink in public. So even if you're, with friends and drinking in a park, civilized, controlled drinking, that's not acceptable. Things like that. I noticed it straight away, off licenses. What the hell's an off license? Like, you can get alcohol any time of the day and it's very, very cheap and people are drinking in public. So, normally after 10, 11 p.m., you can't find alcohol. You can't get alcohol.
So
But
is that a
that's
good
just
thing or a
limited
bad thing?
experience. Sorry?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I think it's a good thing in terms of having those controls in place.
Okay. So why don't they control heroin and cocaine and
I think that might be, I don't know. I think that might be just going a bit too far, isn't it?
They're putting 3 billion in the next 3 years in reducing the drug-related crime.
How?
That's
In
what it says. And
reducing drug-related crime. Okay, so how do we do that?
Yeah, how?
We buy people
it
drugs.
says break the drug supply chains.
I guess they'll roll out AI CCTV and most stuff.
Pardon?
Can't hear
You're
you.
not.
Sorry, Marcus.
Can you hear me?
Try?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, must have been my headphone. Yeah, I think like that will be initiatives like so in Crawley, the town next to me, instead of having police deal with it, they're creating, I guess, effectively PCSO security guards, but they're like community wardens. It's like a cross between a security guard, a community warden, and a PCSO, and then pair that with AI in the shops and the establishments. They're going to try and reduce the shoplifting, um, and probably empower shop staff more to challenge shoplifters because at the moment they just stand back and go, "Well, I'm not fighting you. You're going to
Slow it
stab me
down.
or something." But in Crawley, the initiative is to get the community trained up in like the community warden role. So I guess more everyday people rather than police officers that are like far removed from that, people that are already in the community and know the community to try and break down those relationships. That's one way that I'm seeing locally.
So how's it in the gambling space? Bally and Andrew?
There's the crimes, I guess, come from committing fraud to get money and bits and stealing money with regards to it. But gambling is legal, so there is no crime around people. There is illegal gambling as well.
Well, gambling's legal and it's
Mm.
illegal.
Yeah.
It happens online and on the internet anywhere. So it can happen anywhere, anytime to anyone. It can happen anywhere in the world.
Mm.
Yeah. You know, you could be in London and gambling in Macau or what, yeah. It's and the consequences aren't as visible. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So like you don't wake up with a gambling hangover in the morning that you can't go to work. Yeah.
Kind,
Or
actually, no, kind of. I challenge that a little bit. If you've had a gambling episode, let's say, that's lasted even a day or a couple of days, and you've lost a lot of money, actually, physically, you
so but
can't bring
yeah,
yourself back. You go into such a depressive state
you
that
can
actually,
go into an emotional hangover, definitely, but
yeah,
it's not like you get into your car, you drive to work, and you get pulled over and
yeah, yeah,
breathalyzed
yeah. No, no,
for
no,
your
no.
drinking of the night before. But
Illegal.
but but you're fucked emotionally and
Yeah,
you're depressed and like
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
and that's when people take themselves out with gambling. Yeah. Just that. So
Gambling is very destructive, isn't it?
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
it's incredibly destructive.
Yeah,
Mm.
because unfortunately, financial destruction can bring down a lot, right?
Mm.
Families, kids.
Yeah.
I know from my own experience. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think these days there's no getting away from it. So it's not like how many years ago you had to physically go into bookmakers to place a
Yeah.
bet. Now with a phone, literally everyone's walking around with a mobile casino. You could be doing it all night, on the way to work, driving to work, literally at work. There's no let up. You could go to a meeting, but then you could be doing it in the meeting. Literally, it's 24/7. There's up until there's funds available, you could just keep going and keep going and keep going.
Yeah. And then there's also the fact that, you don't have to be like gambling be your first thing. Like, you know how in addiction you have what is your first thing? Let's say picking up a drink, and then what happens?
Yeah.
So you couldn't pay me to go to a casino, right? I just won't go. But if I've had a few drinks, I'm going to win £1 million tonight. 100%. I'm off. I'm
Yeah.
going. I'll be
Yeah.
in the casino. 100%. Because I've done it. But it's not my first go to. And then,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So
there's
you
the
want to,
secondary addiction part of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
when
But it
the Grand
also,
National was on, I tried to so I tried to sign up for a few different apps so that I could put my bet on. And there was actually, I think, 4 apps that I tried. And when I signed up, they were like, we can't give you an account, which I was quite shocked. I was
Why
like,
was
okay,
that?
I guess there's something out there in the technology world that says that I'm probably a risk.
Sorry, Marcus.
no, it can be based on, they do ID checks now and stuff as well. I think they have got a little bit tighter, because before people could just open up accounts, like 100 accounts in an hour, or one gets shut down, open another one. So I know a couple of years ago they did put tighter controls in place where you have to provide ID, copy of passport, address. It's not as easy to just sign up to an account anymore. It could be that you didn't get the account because you were still pending verification, I think they call it, something like that. So
I
you've
thought it
set.
might be linked. I thought it might be linked to like a credit score or something like that.
No, not my. I don't know. I mean, unless Andrew knows otherwise. My understanding is it's just you just some. I think now some operators have put in verification checks, so you've just got to. It might be your account's open, but it's then sat with the sort of their admin team. Once you upload your ID or whatever they're asking for you to upload, then they kind of give you access and give you the account. Um, but Paresh, what you said was interesting, because actually, if for some people who suffer with gambling harm, it's the reverse. So the gambling is their go-to,
Yeah.
and then depending on what happens, win, lose, or draw, that's when the alcohol, drugs come afterwards, either in
Oh, yeah.
celebration mode or depressive state. What
Yeah.
the fuck have I done to myself? I can't believe I've done this, and now I need to block this out. And then the drink and drugs will come afterwards.
Yeah. So I mean, like it's all different mixtures, isn't it? Like I've known people that you go to as Coke, and then they gamble,
Yeah.
but they would never ever take a drink. And I
Yeah.
can't get my head around that
Yeah.
because I'm the kind of opposite,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's because addiction is within, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
David, is that a correct statement? It's within you, right? It sits
So,
within your mind. It is, as a AA term, disease of the mind.
so I just want to bring it back to coaching and why we're here. And we're here to learn about recovery coaching. Yeah. And recovery coaching is the solution. Yeah. Like we know there's a problem. Yeah. The person has decided they got a problem and they want some recovery from it. Okay. Now, we also know that addiction has to do with the neuroscience of the brain. Yep. Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, all this neurochemical stuff. Yep. We also know that ritual is very important in addictive behavior, also in recovery behavior. Some people doing a ritual of going to a meeting can help change their mood. Yep. You're having a bad day at work. I can't wait to get to the pub to have a drink. It's almost home time. Already the dopamine's being released in the brain and your mood changes, knowing that you're going to go and actually have that ritual. To make sense to everyone? Sex addiction is the same. It's about the chase. I'm chasing. When the actual event happens, yeah, it's then the remorse sets in. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter what the ritual is or what the substance is. Yeah. Or what it like. So for me, I think everyone is prone to addiction. And what society does is it just separates it. So, for example, Olivia's area will say we're going to combat drugs in some sort of fantasy that they're going to combat some sort of human condition.
I
Yeah.
think it's under the report of Dame Carol that the whole of England are doing it. It's not just Bexley doing it.
Yeah. So the Dame Carol Black report is a whole systemic change,
Yeah,
which is part of the harm to hope strategy, which is about changing the whole way that we incarcerate people, reintegrate
yes.
people back into society. This whole there's a whole huge cultural shift that needs to happen. So we're going to take a break, yeah. But I just want us to think of the system that we find ourselves in. Yeah. Because it really is a complex environment that we find ourselves in. And when we're going out to build relationships with different role players within the system, we have to adjust our story for the ears of the person that we're speaking to. So Olivia couldn't go to Bexley Council and say, listen here, your plan's shit, it's not going to work because of da 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 da. Yeah, she might be right, but that's not the right approach. Yeah. Andrew going to mother and say, well, no wonder your son gambles, you're a shit mother. That might not be the right way to build relationship with the family. Does that make sense? So just think about that. We'll come back at 10 past. Yeah, that gives us about 8 minutes.
Cool. See you then.
Oh, Olivia, Olivia. Right, let's go. Bally, what you eating?
Mm,
Cheese and cucumber sandwich.
Oh, how very British. Did you have the crusts cut off?
No, no.
I
It's
do.
more, it's more down to a lack of ingredients. There wasn't really much for me to go with. So had to rustle something up.
Oh,
All right, great. Okay, so let's check in. Let's see where we're at.
Checking in good. A little bit more invigorated, and yeah, a bit clearer headed. I'll pass it to Andrew.
Yeah, same, checking in well. Yeah, nothing to add really, just enjoying it. And I will tag Bally.
Yeah, good. Again, good session. Enjoying the conversation. I'm just happy to be here, and I'll tag Olivia.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm feeling positive and uplifted. Thanks, Bailey. I tag Perish.
hi. Yeah, no, I'm good. I've enjoyed the first session. Looking forward to the next 45 minutes. All good. All good. I tag David.
Okay, I feel a bit anxious. My anxiety is saying, fuck, am I adding value? Is this beneficial? Yeah. And just trying to place where we are with the training. So we've got the theory and the practice, and then this is the process part of it. Yeah, and it seems as if we're talking about the system, and we've had a great conversation about the system. And I've got a bit of anxiety about Charlie coming on and dropping off and all that. And the fuck, is he a part of? And so yeah, so that's living with me. But where should we take the next 45 minutes? What would be helpful?
Um, to focus on maybe a specific area of training
Okay.
only, and not, yeah. I really enjoyed talking about all of those things that we talked about, but as you say, make it a bit more specific to training,
Okay.
a technique, a process. I'm not sure what exactly.
Marcus?
Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling with finding a role in amongst a whole new system design, so to speak, so lived experience, and hit expected to hit the ground running, um, but where there's no actual momentum. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of you get a job at Tesco's, you're a checkout assistant. This is what a checkout assistant does. Go out and make customers happy and sell products. So to
But
just
you
be,
got no customers coming down the checkout.
yeah, so to speak, and just being put into the community and like work your magic sort of thing. It's like, where do you start? What do you do?
Have
I'm
you jo
learning. I'm
have
learning
you
about like
joined
conversations. Yeah, go on.
have you joined this other place? Like, are you going to be employed by them now? Or are you employed?
So it's all uh, provisional if they get the pot of funding for the role that they want to create. So they're a Lero. They want to create some sort of lived experience role for where I am, which is so there's the whole of Surrey. They've got West Surrey covered, and I'm the only person that showed interest in East Surrey, and they're like, "You'll be our guy," and it's like, yeah, where, what, who, what, where, why, when, how, sort of thing. Um, so it's a case of just going along to the meetings and stuff and carving out a plan of some sort for this part of the area, but I'm just struggling with that old conditioning of, okay, well, this is your role, this is what we'll measure you against, and yeah, I don't know how else to explain that really.
So are you okay for us to coach you around it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So if I've got it right, you've been given a role in a new area that is basically virgin ground.
Yeah,
Yeah. So okay, here you are, and is this a paid role?
it should be dependent on the funding that they apply for my role, and I think they're applying for maybe 4 full-time people, and of that, I will get paid from that, hopefully.
All right. So they're looking to establish an organization in an area of East Surrey.
Yeah, so the organisation's there.
Okay.
At the moment, I'm a member, a volunteer, I guess, and then it's the creation of a project that will then be funded. So it's like, okay, what's that project going to be? Which I'm all hands on deck with discussing and creating that. But yeah,
Okay, so you're a volunteer at the moment. Yeah.
in a
You're then
sense,
going
yeah,
to become an ambassador for this project
yeah,
to talk about it, help design it, and then you're going to get a job from it.
pretty much. And I think yeah, I don't know what their plans are. I don't know if they have the details of the project because we've all got ADHD and everything else that goes with the reason we're doing that. So it's all a bit chaotic.
Okay.
So I'm
All
trying
right.
to apply this method of learning to that and still my head in,
Okay, great. So let's help you. Would you like some help?
please.
Oh, great. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So are we all okay to kind of help Marcus now? Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll give Marcus 20 minutes to half an hour, and we'll just coach and see what emerges out of that. Yeah. All right. So he's got to go into an area and create a project and a job with a lot of people that are like him with ADD and ADHD and neurodivergent. Is that correct, Marcus?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. All right. What's the advantage of that?
It means that whatever is created is going to be from the minds of the people it's going to be created for, the lived experience aspect. What someone like myself or people like us need.
Okay. And what's the downside of that?
Um, it's chaotic.
Yeah.
It conflicts with how I've been conditioned, and there's no structured transition from that conditioning to a new way of working, I guess.
So is that to just help me understand that? So you're used to being in a very structured, conditioned environment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's your background. Retail, and you did that very well, didn't you? The
Yeah.
customer experience in retail. Okay. So what's the wisdom that you can take from there that this new place needs without destroying the magic that this place needs?
well, there's transferable skills, so like the interpersonal skills, working with people, um, having an oversight of what's actually going on. So operationally, knowing how the land lies and where I'm at, my place in that. Um, what's the question? Sorry, my brain's gone.
No, that's fine. Me too. My brain's gone with you. Where did your brain go to?
It got lost in the answers. Uh, yeah, I guess like the tenacity, the wanting to follow through, get a task done, like all those things, they will benefit me. Um, but yeah,
Don't
it's just
seem
trying.
too confident when you're saying that.
I'm not confident at all at this point. Yeah, I want to do well, but I don't know exactly. So how I came about it is I had a conversation. I had my idea in mind of wanting to connect the community, work with organizations, educate them around, um, my experiences and where I feel they went wrong, and wanting to empower others to do that and build a mechanism for people to transition from the problem of interacting with services, having to recover, get well with life going on, to solution of creating a system that works better for them. So I want to empower people to step into that side of um, their wellness journey, I guess. And then with all the crazy ideas that come from that, starting off small, I found another organization that was planning to do the same sort of thing, and then I had to rethink: do I recreate the wheel or do I jump on board with them? So I guess I've been given agency in a way to do what I want to do. That never ends well.
It
So that
never ends well.
it never ends well. Well, I no, that's very limiting. In my experience, I need some sort of supervision, some sort of someone to pull me back and just see where we're at, if you know what I mean, like checking in. Um, so I suppose there's a bit of anxiety around, will I have that? Which I know I have that here and in this community. But yeah, there's no structure in this organization yet. So it's a whole new world.
And will it be a 9 to 5 job, Monday to Friday?
I guess so, because it's working with services, so and the community. But I guess there's probably going to be reading and writing outside of those hours. But I aim to just kind of keep it 9 till 5, keep it sensible.
And you're ready to make that jump to 9 to 5, Monday to Friday?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the name of the organization?
It's voices support. Voices support.
Voices Support.
Yeah. So someone that was on the funding call, it's kind of been a big part in building that up.
And what does Voices Support do? What's their
Let me
mandate? What's their
Agenda.
So it's a collective of individuals who have lived an experience of multiple disadvantage that come together to ensure services operating in Surrey truly meet the needs of the people who use them, working alongside professionals, organisations, and decision makers to create trauma-informed, person-centered approach to support and recovery. And that goes from mental health to substance use, pretty much.
You said Surrey was covered. Is that covered as in they're setting up at the same time, or they've got something set up already?
No, they've got, so like the project's to be Surrey wide, but they've got people that will administer that on the west side, and I will probably step into that role on the east side. And I'm trying to find another person, which I've got some in mind. But yeah, it's introducing them, because I won't be able to do the east side by myself. Like they've got a couple of people that side, so yeah.
And Marcus,
How big?
how will the support be delivered?
So I don't think they are working with individuals in the sense that you're getting support or coaching or counseling or a program from the organization. I think the organization is there to embed lived experience into the organizations that are already here. Does that make sense?
No, so which so in terms of the voices matter, which organisations are you referring to that they're gonna?
So the NHS, the
Right,
local council provisions,
right,
the smaller charities and projects that are going on,
okay,
and so they're going to be hosting an event with someone around the Carol Black report. So I think they will invite these organisations to come to the talk. I guess it's more of a advocacy amplification sort of thing. So building community connecting the community in lived experience and supporting the community there. And then I guess there will be projects that will come up. So there might be a recovery initiative that will come from it, and its members will go out and administer whichever project comes up in a way.
okay.
So the membership base is small, and I think in the beginning, it's just going to be putting ourselves out there, building the connections, embedding relationships with these organizations.
Will people be referred to you, or do they just come to you?
No, I think in that sense, we'll probably try and enhance referral processes across the county by connecting organizations. It's getting clearer and clearer as I talk about it.
Keep going. Paresh, bring in a question. Make sure the question's an open question. Yep, that gets Marcus to do the work. But follow his energy where he just said, oh, it's getting clearer and clearer.
Sorry, I can't think of one.
Great
Give me.
authenticity. So if you get stuck like that, just say something like, what would be the best question to ask you right now? Ask it.
Okay, what would be the best question to ask you right now?
Not a clue.
Okay.
Well, I feel a bit better.
So, based on everything that you said, what else would you be doing? What else would the kind of project be function? Will it be performing?
So I don't know what the project will be. That's a collective thing. So when I sit and have conversations and the meeting tomorrow, will probably be a bit more clearer. But there's obviously, I've got ideas. So it would be good to see a hub that can serve as a safe space for recovery, daytime activities, educational sort of programs. Yeah, just supporting the community to keep engaging with what's already out there and inviting those organizations that the community is engaged with to participate in that space and also put on what they want to put on as well. So,
and have you put any thought into how you're gonna measure success and outcomes?
well, I guess that's going to come from the funding side of it. So wherever the funding comes from, there's going to be a set of measures put upon us from that side of things. How is our money being spent? What is the outcome? I think the outcome would be that the clients that have complexities that are falling through the gaps have some longevity with
Okay.
a service or a particular program, that maybe that they finish it.
Okay. But if we think about how we're going to measure that, if we think the project's up and running, it's live, you're in all of these places, how are we going to measure that outcome?
By speaking to the community. So those that are participating, getting their feedback.
So is there a I'm assuming the answer is no to this, but is there a
So
detailed
ask an open question, Paresh.
is there a detailed job
That's
spec?
still a yes, no. Is
Have you
there is a yes there is or no there isn't?
Yeah, okay.
What is the job spec?
There is no job spec.
Great
So
question.
what is
There
the
is
job spec?
there is no job spec at the moment.
So
So
does
if there
it
was a
sound
job,
like
what would it look like?
Good question. I guess a passion for lived experience, a knowledge of the local area, an understanding of multiple disadvantages, what leads to that, the systems and organizations that are in place to help people come out of that.
Andrew,
A
summarize what he just said.
Around lived experience, creating
A passion for lived
passion for it.
experience. What else did he say?
My mind's gone blank now.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But I just suddenly noticed Marcus say, "Oh, good question." Yeah. And I think that was on the back of what Bally said.
Creating the job description.
Something like what would the job description be? And then he said, "Oh, passion for lived experience, knowledge of the area,
Understanding of different complexities.
understanding the complexities." I just got cut off by someone ringing. Sorry,
Would
Andrew, I'm just throwing you in the deep end just to keep you on your toes here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So with that job spec, how would you make it? What is it you want to achieve with your project that you're potentially being given?
Great question.
So for me, I would like to improve the referral pathways between organizations and see a little bit more interest in the client from referral to referral. So not a case of just chucking them off to the next organization and that's our responsibility done. Maybe checking in or having a relationship with said organization. Have you got clients that seem to be backtracking? Have you got anyone that might need to come back to us to shore them up so they're still ready for what we've referred them for? So I don't know, it might be stabilization for addiction, and someone might be referred on to an actual recovery program, but they may wobble in between. So rather than waiting for them to fall and having to be picked up by social services or another organization to have a referral back to said organization, like these two organizations just understand who's on each other's books and where they're at in a way. So that's one thing. A community of wellness where the community is interested in and participating in seeing people get well and participating in that as a community. That might just be volunteers, it might be putting on talks and education to organizations that aren't necessarily around recovery. So wider businesses, striking up relationships to get these businesses to take on new people that are out of work, and understanding the journey that it takes to get back to work, pointing people into the direction of what their passion is, rather than just getting a job for the sake of fulfilling the job centre's quota, whatever. Yeah, just better connection, more joined up. And I guess overall, everyone being on the same page in Surrey as to what the problems are and what the trends are, and working together as a community of professionals to alleviate the pressure for people trying to resolve those problems, and learning from each other in a way. We tried this, but that doesn't work.
And then how would you prove there's a need for what you just said? And
I guess it would come from the statistics from the asset mapping. How many people go into a service, how many people recover versus how many people have gone back to square one, how many times people go back to square one, and creating a mechanism where we can see where people are at when they're moved on. Some people might just have a bad experience and not engage with a service, but still dealing with a problem. Are you still dealing with that problem? Is there something that we did wrong? Is that why you're not working with us, sort of thing? But yeah, just, I don't know, creating a county-wide standard for a service user's experience across all of the services, and a mechanism to just keep taking that feedback and learning from it.
When you talk about volunteers, who's going to be the one to kind of like make sure that these volunteers are like fully recovered or in recovery, what stages they are at the recovery before they can help out? Is there going to be a procedure before that?
I don't know. It's probably a good question to ask at tomorrow's meeting.
Okay, so let's just time out there for a second. Marcus, how's this going for you?
It's good. I'm appreciating the questions, and there's a bit of feedback in between them, like reading between the lines. So yeah, I'm aware that this is just pre-anxiety. I don't actually know. So when I'm in the meeting or when I'm working in that role, it will all become a bit more clearer. And I'm probably doing the thinking of a whole organization, and there's other people there that are going to be asking the same questions. But yeah, this is just me like wanting to do good and get it right, if you know what I mean.
So, how does this role align with your kokorozashi?
Well, it's going to give me agency to do what I want to do.
Great. And what is that?
Make a difference.
Great. How are you going to do that?
By applying what I know and learning from others and using my voice.
I think they're very lucky to have you on board.
Is there, it's an open question, but I can't word it another way. Is there anything that I might be missing that you're like, I don't know, someone like Bali, I appreciate the way you ask questions. I feel like you've got a bigger vision in a way. So is there something I'm missing? Am I being delusional or?
If I'm going to give honest feedback, too much
Yeah.
of it sounded too idealistic in a perfect world and fluffy. I think
Mhm.
what I would say to you is you just need to go to these meetings and keep asking the direct questions and the tough questions to actually get to the root of what it is you're trying to do. Because everything you said sounded lovely, but it was sounding more like things that you would put onto a tender document, a mission statement, and the reality is that the real world's not going to work like that. And people aren't going to come together. People aren't all going to be on one page when you're trying to bring so many people in. So I think if you stay laser focused on what your project is trying to achieve and you just stay driven towards that, and all of your questioning should literally be laser focused on that. Yes, you want to do collaboration. Yes, you want to do partnerships, but I think that comes afterwards because you don't know who's working in the space. So you don't know who does want to collaborate, who is going to be a good partner. So yeah, just try and cut out the kind of noise and fluffiness in what you're trying to do and just try and be as direct as possible.
Thank you.
What are the things that concern you about the role, Marcus?
I don't. I don't think the role is concerning. I think it's the system
Mm.
that it's going to interact with is probably more concerning. Like, it makes sense. It's what we need. There's thousands of people just like us or like me. They're like, you're getting it wrong. It's broken. It's hurting me. But the responsibility a lot of the time lies with the statutory organisations. And yeah, they might get a sense of that, but they don't have the agency that a Lero has to just go and make a quick change. There's a process that goes with it. And, does it fit in with their budget, their manpower, their timescales, their plans? So that's why we have to have conversations and inspire people to want to make change in their role in these organizations and infect the barrel, if you know what I mean.
And in terms of some of that information there, Marcus, it came up earlier when David was speaking to Olivia about she went to Bexley. But what do you think you could do to really pinpoint those pain points and those bits of information that you're trying to figure out?
It'll probably come from the asset mapping and the initial contact. This is our project. This is what we're hoping to do. Will you come on board? And then coming away, analyzing the feedback from that and the responses, and then honing in on, where the response isn't great and trying to just keep working to find another solution, find a way that it can work, or just saying to them, no, you may need to go away and rethink this because this is what the community is asking for. I feel like we're going to be that go-to person when organizations want to understand what the community is thinking and feeling. And by the community, I mean people that are trying to get well.
Yeah,
So they're going to come to us and say, look, we want to know about the substance misuse community. Where is it going wrong in the referral process? We will go out, gather that feedback, put it into a report and go back to them and say, okay, this is what you could do. This is what we could help you do. These are the organizations that are also on the same page and trying to fix the same problem. How can we build a partnership? And
the one question that David asked Olivia, I think if you incorporated this could maybe act as a bit of a shortcut and give you some sort of earlier insight. Do you remember what it was that David said to Olivia that she should have asked the council when she went?
What do they need?
Yeah, ask them the direct question. What's missing? Well, if you could, and the way I would always dress that question up is I would ask them that if you had a magic wand and you could create this perfect organization or project that would be the missing link, ask them what would that look like. They're already working in the space. They've got that intel. They've got that experience of the problem that you're trying to fix. So ask them the direct question of how should we shape this project to make it the most effective? What would that look like?
Okay. Yeah, I guess I thought that was a given. That's kind of how the relationship starts. So yeah, maybe
Nothing's a
being a
given.
bit more.
Nothing's a given. One thing I say to my kids constantly, and my 14-year-old now, he pulled me up on it this morning, where I used to tell him off for using this word, is obviously. And I said, nothing's obvious. Like, nothing is obvious. Nothing. Ask the question. Once you've asked the question and you've got the answer, then now it's more obvious because if you think that I want a glass of juice and you bring me a glass of juice, but I might have wanted water. But you might say, well, Bo, you always drink juice 24 days. But today I felt like, ask the question because it saves you a lot of time. It saves you a lot of going down paths that you shouldn't be going down because if you just ask the question at the beginning of the qualification process, it just helps you, saves you time, saves you mental capacity, space, everything. And the main thing is time, really saves you time, and then you can otherwise you might work on an aspect of the project that isn't even relevant and you've spent 2 weeks working on that. Just ask the question, just ask, just get into the habit of asking the tough question and just ask it. But then once you've asked it, the key thing is shut up. Most people, what they do is they'll ask a good question and then they'll ask a second question and a third question. And typically, as human beings, we're going to answer the last question that you ask us. But your first question might have been the best one. But out of nervousness, people will ask the first question and they'll go from an open question to taking it into a closed question because they can't handle that silence. Just be comfortable with that silence, ask the question, and just.
And on that note, how should we wrap this up now? So
Yeah.
what's your homework on this, Marcus? What's your takeaway? Then we'll start the checkout.
So I'm not going to batter myself with thinking beforehand, and I'm going to go listen, do level 3 listening, read the room, see what's going on, and ask question. Not
Are
too
we
many.
going to see you this afternoon?
Yeah, I'll be on the last hour.
Okay, no problem.
But
right.
thank you. That's feel a lot better about that already. Yeah.
Can I just say so that obviously when you first joined these calls, Marcus, that was your goal that you wanted to get out of it. The fact that you kind of got yourself in a position to be able to do what you set yourself out to do all those weeks ago is amazing, mate, and be proud of yourself for that. And you also mentioned at the start that at the start of these coaching calls, you didn't really know what was going on by week 4. You got it. Well, on that experience as well, the fact that you know what you're doing, just go with it and trust yourself, and you'll get there. Yeah, well done, mate.
Thank you.
And just to add to that as well, Marcus, you're going to make mistakes. You're not going to nail it. Like, you just need to tell yourself that before you go into it. It's a new project, it's a new area, it's new to you. Hope you do, but the chances are, you're not going to nail it. But as long as you learn from it, so that project evolves. So it might be that, the first time you do it, like, okay, we should have done this, that, and the other. But again, similar to what I said to Olivia, it's just about learning from it and making it more refined. But be okay with that. That, listen, I'm not going to nail it, but my intentions are good. I'm trying to learn. I'm asking the right questions. I'm going down the right path. And in 6 months' time or 12 months' time, it might look completely different to what it does on day one. But that's okay.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing I've learned being in this coaching community is that what I was envisioning in the beginning is completely different, but it's still in line with my purpose.
Yeah. But yeah, well done.
Thank you, Billy.
Right, let's start the checkout. What's your takeaway? Let's start with you, Olivia.
I'm a bit annoyed really because I've asked Marcus to allow me to coach him for my supervision. Like he asked me to do some supervision, and you've already done it, and I'm like, oh, shut up. So yeah,
I
but
can
I'm
bring
still
you more,
coaching.
it's fine.
I asked him the other day to do it, and now I was like, oh my God, you're going to take over what I just asked him. Apart from that, yeah, you did really well, Marcus. You've got a lot of
How is
questions.
supervision going with Tia, Olivia?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's great.
What's good about it?
Well, we start off with talking about me and what's going on inside my life, which is good because it gets me out of my head. And then we focus on what I need help in, or what if I have any problems that I'm concerned about, anything like that. Gives me feedback. And then she gave me the homework, which was to
So
um
it's your personal space,
yeah,
and then your professional space, and then some stretching homework space.
yeah,
Excellent. All right,
yeah.
I'll stay her boyfriend then. Cool.
Yeah, you do come into this sometime now, joking. But yeah, it's going good. So you did well, Marcus. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself. You got a lot of questions fired at you, but you dealt with it really well.
Thank you.
I tag in Andrew.
Olivia, yeah, it's feeling kind of inspired really. Both Marcus and Olivia, what you've been doing and what you did last week, Olivia. It's like the difference you're trying to make is amazing, and it's great to see. And yeah, it's inspiring, and I'm enjoying being part of the journey in some way, in some small way, that once a week on a Thursday. So thank you for
It's
sharing what you do.
it
Yeah,
brings hope, seeing people
mm,
grow and change and things happen, yeah.
absolutely, it's amazing.
It's not easy, but it is nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
And I will tag Paresh.
Thanks. I'm good. I really enjoyed it. And well done, Marcus. You know, it's not easy being fired all the questions, is it? So, like, you're put on the spot, you're being grilled. But I think it's really exciting. When I first heard about it, I'm like, what do you mean there's no job spec? What do you mean there's no this, that, and the other? Because that's the world I come from. But I think it's exciting. So if you agree, they don't know probably what they want out of it either, do they? They just know that there is an issue and it needs to be worked on. So I think that is exciting. You can agree what the objective, what is the outcome, what is the objective, and then what are the kind of details underneath it. What is the plan? What is the timescales? What are the things that you're going to do? So you're building your own job. So I think that's quite exciting. If you agree the outcome with them, they should support you. So I enjoyed listening to it. I had lots of questions, but maybe for another day around coaching, about open and closed questions. What should we be asking? What shouldn't we be asking? All of that stuff. But I'm sure that will evolve over time. And Bally, I'm definitely loved your advice. You might prevent me from getting divorced this long weekend. Ask one open question and shut your mouth. I'm joking about the divorce bit. Well, I hope. But anyway, thank you for that advice. Best piece of advice I've had all week. I'll pass it on to Marcus.
Yeah, I've in a different mindset altogether now. I'm a little bit more fired up, and I think my takeaway is to allow myself to be developed by the people that are around me, because I've always been the one that develops others and tries to help others. So it's just allowing myself to be helped and to be vocal and asking, where I'm not sure. What do you think about this, or how can you help me with this? Yeah, thank you. It's been powerful, actually.
That's very insightful, Marcus. Excellent. Yeah, I'm going to take that myself. Has everyone been?
I haven't. I check out as good. I've really enjoyed this as I always do, and my two takeaways are be brave and take my own fucking advice. The brave bit comes from like similar to what Andrew said, actually feeling inspired by Olivia and Marcus and you guys for what you're doing, what you're trying to shape, putting yourselves out there. And I think I've lost a little bit of that recently. And yeah, so it was a reminder that, just to be brave. And then, yeah, the taking my own advice. I'm great at giving it pressure. I'm a bit shit at following through with it myself, unfortunately. So maybe, yeah, that's my other takeaway as well to, actually do the things I'm sort of telling others to do as well. But no, it's been awesome. It's been great. I've enjoyed it.
Cool. All right, everyone. Well, I'll see you all this afternoon. Paresh, will we see you this afternoon?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. So, Paresh, your homework is you have to phone Cyril.
I
Yeah,
will.
out of the blue. Yeah. Just fucking, this is a cold call. You're phoning Cyril in Kailicha in Cape Town, and you're going to introduce yourself, and good luck.
I've already put in my diary for 12:30 after my next call.
Oh, aren't you efficient? Fucking hell, good for you, mate.
Well, I have to be.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
excellent, 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 excellent.
12:30 to 1, I'm calling Cyril.
Wonderful. I hope you can answer.
I hope, yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. See you all in
See you
a
later. See you, Paresh.
except
See you later.
for
Have a
Paresh.
good
Hey, guys.
afternoon.
Bye.
Have a
See you
good
later.
weekend.
Bye, bye.
Bye.